This is my motorized bicycle with a vertical mounted Predator 224 engine, and I finally want to build the engine and go faster, so stay tuned. The parts I'll be using is a 70mm flat piston, a Mod 1 cam from Dyno Cams, 1.2 ratio gauge rockers, which cost me $200.
I read it. Did you say want? How
is very
dare
clear.
you?
38-pound dual springs, stainless steel valves, titanium retainers made for dual springs, and high groove keepers. I also bought the middle ones because I wasn't sure. An ARC connecting rod for rigidity. Rigidity. God, what a pronunciation. Then the ARC billet side cover for, yeah, nice try. And then finally a PWK 26mm carb. And an ARC flywheel that I already have. The only thing I'm not upgrading is the big valve head for now because, well, budget. So this will make around 14 to 16 horsepower instead of 20. And due to airflow sealing and depending on gearing, it's not gonna turn 9,000 RPM or so. Also, I would appreciate it if you subscribe and like. We're almost at 20,000 and I got more videos coming soon, thank you. For a couple thousand miles, I've been basically beating on the engine, going full throttle, holding at 5,500 RPM for miles and whatnot. And now I want to inspect the internals. Valve stems definitely worn out enough. Cylinder looks fine, maybe some scratches, but not a big deal. The cam lobes looks fine to me, no signs of wear.
Oh, look at that!
Rod bearings looks fine to me. And the crank, I couldn't feel anything, so I think it's fine. It also measures the same. Okay, that's out of the way. Now I need to follow the instructions for the rod. I gotta put the crank on, then tighten the bolts to 60 inch-pounds, then alternate 20 inch-pounds until 170. Then I gotta put the crank in and the cam and check for clearance, do some clearancing.
Okay, I guess we start the build now. Hopefully nothing touches.
Not in a gay way, of course. I have nothing against gays. Anyway, I'm installing the piston rings. Make sure to lube everything up. Install the piston using the tool. Then tighten up the rod for real. Finally, I had to modify the 1/4 12-point socket that I bought because it was too long. Install the lifters, then the cam. Then the ARC side cover. I need to install the crank seal, then the O-ring.
Oh, yeah. God, you're so f***ing sexy.
I checked for side-to-side play. It was a little bit too much, so I added the shims that were included. I realized something was wrong. Turns out the cam was being tightened by the side cover. There's a lip in the inner race of the bearing, which was installed facing up. But for whatever reason, the cam is being tight. But if I flip the bearing, then the issue goes away. But then the cam rubs on the side cover, so I had to flip the bearing and make my own washer. Something thinner to loosen it up a little bit. This fixed the issue. Now I can continue the build, install the key and the ARC flywheel, and properly torque it. And then it's time for head. I said that differently. As you can see, the dual springs doesn't exactly fit in the pockets, which is why I bought the spring pocket cutted tool. I also had to use my other bigger hole saw and a Dremel. If it works, it works. With that done, now I need to pour the head to open it up more. This is actually, in my opinion, easier than porting a 2-stroke, even though this was my first time porting a 4-stroke head, and then some finger sanding the exhaust port.
God, my fingers. It's getting sore.
Then I'm using lapping compound for lapping the valves for better seals. And measure the push rod length that I need. So for that, I need to use stock springs and the adjustable push rod. You want to make sure you get the most lift possible. My cam has 0.310 inches of lift, times that by 1.2 ratio rockers, equals to 372 total lift. Before I did anything though, I put on the stock push rods, checked for piston to valve clearance and coil bind. Everything seems good. Now I need to cut the cut-to-length push rods using my lathe. Just to be safe, I left some headroom and cut it little by little until I got to my desired length or close enough. Then I hammer the ball ends into the push rods using some old lifters. All done, then I need to install the dual springs, retainers, and keepers. I'm just gonna save you the embarrassing 30 minutes trying to do this.
Yes! Okay.
Then torque down the head to 17 to 24 pounds of torque. Then install the gauge rockers. I set the valve flash to 2000ths cold.
Ooh. Look at that.
Valve cover. Vent hoses. spark plug
Beautiful.
and whatnot. Then it's ready to start up.
I don't want to rev it too high yet.
That is so loud. Oh! It needs tuning, obviously. Yeah, that's so loud, dude. Yeah, he can do it. Oh yeah, baby! Oh my days! That was probably 7,000 RPM. '70 easy, man. '70. It sounds so good too! Literally screaming in through tone! It's only 220 Fahrenheit. Maybe I need to lean it out more. I think I might just put the 24mm curve back on to make it easier. I mean, I'm dealing with leak issues and whatnot. I think I should buy a new valve cover. The ones with the fittings. Oh man! And look, it's still not like overheated at all. It's still like 230 Fahrenheit. Not even overheated. That's crazy.